Hello! So here's the second video in my little video series about this creative journey with Pieces to Piece. Now, in my last video I explained how I first heard that phrase, and at that time I didn't really know what it was, that it was going to become a book or what looks like it's going to become a series of books. And now I'm saying it, I'm realising that I want to change that to they, as in the gender neutral pronoun, they. And maybe it is plural, who knows? Maybe it's singular, I don't know, but it's they is an energy that's kind of worked with me. And it's been kicking my arse to get me to help it manifest in some kind of form. So I got the name after going to a talk. That's all in the last video. The next little bit is about the following the synchronicity. Now, after I went to that talk, I went to China. I had been dying to get out of the UK. I'd lived in Japan from 2000 to 2009. It was a shock to the system. I experienced cultural shock coming back, and I couldn't wait to get out and go somewhere else. So 2014, I finally got my chance to go to China to teach English. And it was while I was in China that kind of going away and having that space pretty much alone in my own apartment to really reflect on what was important to me. That was the most important part of it. China was very different from Japan. Japan I stayed in for a very long time. China, 2 months was sufficient for me to get to know it. But having said that, the temples that I went to were beautiful. I met fascinating people, I had fascinating conversations, and it was a real chance to explore what is this Pieces to Piece thing. So I went to, I was in my flat deciding, right, am I going to quit my teaching contract? So I'd already decided China wasn't a place where I could be long term. So I knew I was going to go back to the UK, and that was shorter than I'd originally intended. So then the next thing was, am I going to keep my teaching contract? At the time I was working as a Japanese teacher, and I was in a sixth form college. I was pretty much everywhere in the college by this stage, and I did love it. I love working with teenagers, and especially teenagers who love Japan and Japanese culture. But obviously there was this calling, there was this deeper soul calling, and I always knew, the healer part of me was dying to thrive more and get out there more. So I said to myself in China, okay, I'm going to go out today, and if I see a compass today, I'm going to quit my contract. I'm going to use that as my sign to quit my contract. I walked to one of the beautiful temples and looked down, and it was kind of like the octagon from Feng Shui in the, made out of like driveway material. I'm such a good writer and linguist, I don't know the word. But paving stones, paving slabs shaped like a Feng Shui compass. I was like, okay, that's kind of a sign. Carried on walking a bit and went to a supermarket. Just thought I'd have a wander around, see if there might be some gifts that I could get for people. And I wandered into the stationery section and saw pens. And there, staring me in the face, was a full-on compass in the wrong place by the pens. The pen part has only just hit me why I saw the compass in the pens, because it was always going to be a book that I had to write. That went over my head at the time because, it was so symbolic. I didn't see it. It was just this compass out of sight. And there is a sense of delight. There's a sense of, wow, this is so cool, when synchronicity, when a sign on the outside matches on the inside. And so that was my sign. That was my absolute definitive, yes, this is my sign. I need to quit my contract and go on and set up. Well, at the time I thought it was setting up a healing business. Pieces to Piece had other plans for me, but that was the first step that I took. So the invitation for you in exploring this is, what synchronicity are you experiencing at the moment? Or maybe you've had some kind of creative inspiration and you're following the call, but what synchronicity, what kind of signs make you go, oh, wow, that's amazing, when it's like your soul and the outside world are fusing and it's telling you about your divine timing, what you're here on earth to do. Those are the signs in synchronicity that just kind of create this expanded, sense, this childlike wonder. So that's my invitation for you. And I will see you very soon for another video.